Hey everyone, so I'm in here replacing my tensioner pulley. I've seen that it's leaking some of the hydraulic fluid that is in the tensioner pulley itself. And so I want to get that replaced so that it doesn't ruin my other engine accessories. So I have another really helpful video on replacing the drive belts for both the water pump and the other accessories on the engine. And so that'll show you how to get to this point where, everything's torn back and you're able to get inside access into the wheel well, which you'll need to do in order to replace the tensioner. So I'm going to link to that video here if you want to check that out to be able to get to this point. But then I'm just going to show you how to replace the tensioner once you're in here. Okay, so this is the tensioner pulley itself. This is the new part that I'm going to put in. You can see right here, this is where you're going to put your 17 millimeter around to be able to loosen the belt that you already have on there. The belt's gonna wrap around here. And then you can see that there's two places right here for the bolts that hold this in. So this is what we're gonna be looking for, is the bolt that goes here and the bolt that goes here. So the first one you can actually see pretty well from the top. It's this one right here. And then the other one is gonna be down just below it. I'm gonna try to access these from the top. And then if I can't get them from the top, I'm gonna come back down in through the wheel well. So it looks like this top one is actually not even a bolt, it's just a nut. And I was able to loosen it really easy with this 12 millimeter wrench. So that's what I'd recommend, is just you take your 12 millimeter and come in through the top to loosen that one. Mine actually came off surprisingly easy. So that's what I'd recommend for that top one. Okay, and then I came at this second one from down below. It's this one right here. This was a lot easier to come from down below than it was from up top. And again, this is just another 12 millimeter, so it's the same one that you used before. And then I just hooked it around there, and with a little leverage, this one wasn't too bad either. Okay, so after I removed those two bolts, this came up pretty easy. I did kind of have to jimmy it a little bit to get out this old part. It came out through the bottom, but I think it would have come out through the top either way. You may have to take this bolt out before it'll slide the rest of the way down, but it will fit without taking anything else out. You should be able to get it back out through the top or through the bottom. But this is where you can see this is where my leak is in this boot right here. And so my new part, nice and clean. Examine the parts, make sure that the part you got is exactly the same as the one that's coming out. So you can see that this bends, and this is what where the tension, you can put the tension in on the belt that you're going to stick back in. I did buy new belts for mine. I looked at my old ones. They're not bad. Like, there's not really any cracks or anything. They've got about 40,000 miles on them. But while I'm in there, these belts are 15 bucks. I'll link to them below. But they're pretty inexpensive, and it's good preventative maintenance. So you don't have to come back in and do this job again anytime soon. I'm also going to replace this water pump belt. And if you looked at the other video that I've posted, it shows you how to replace these water pump belts as well. So again, just good preventative maintenance while you're in there. You saw how probably the hardest part of the job is just taking everything apart to get in there. So if you can avoid doing that again sometime soon, then you should do it. So this will just take a few minutes to replace this belt, and it's a good investment to do so. So to get this to fit back in correctly, you're gonna need to put the bolt into the tensioner and have it ready to go that way, and then come in through the top, and that bolt is gonna have to slide in down there where it goes in. You can see that there's an opening, and so the bolt has to slide in that way and then be tightened down. There's not enough space, you could probably already know this, but there's not enough space to pull that bolt straight back out, and so there's also not enough space to get this tensioner put in and then try to put the bolt in after. So it's gonna have to slide in through there first, and then at the same time, You can also hook the top part in here where that nut is going to be tightened down. So those are the two spots that you have to get it back in to get the tensioner to connect. So this really wasn't too bad. I slid this in. You can see down here, there's the bolt that goes in. It slid in pretty easily. Once you can get it to fit down in there, then you'll be able to get your 12 millimeter around it to tighten it. And then I just pulled the tensioner all the way back on the bolt down at the bottom to be able to slide it around up top so that I can get the nut around the top. And then the service manual says to tighten these down to 17 to 22 foot-pounds of torque. And so that'll, if you've got your torque wrench, 17 to 22. And then the last step, according to the service manual, is that you need to get your 17 millimeter hooked around the cast hexagon on the tensioner and then give it a pump 3 times. This is going to bleed any of the air out of the hydraulics in the tensioner. And so that's important to do before you put the belt back on. So all in all, a pretty easy job. The dealership will charge you about $600 to get this done. The part costs $150, and this took me about an hour and a half to get done, maybe 2 hours after I get the belts done. Again, if you need help putting the belts back on, I've got that other video that'll show you all the details about the belts. But hopefully this was helpful. If it was, hit like and subscribe. I'll come out with more tips on Mazda vehicles, more services, jobs, whatnot. So if you've got other questions, go ahead and ask them in the comments. I'm usually pretty quick to respond.